Why, hello! Welcome to Style with Sanaz. We are at another beautiful custom property, and I cannot wait to show you all the fabulous details inside. Come on inside. This foyer is absolutely perfect size for this house. The house is over 4,000 square feet. You need something very grand to walk into, and here it is. We're standing in it right now. So they have done the Sahara Noir marble tiles on the floor, which really makes the space moody with the dark stained wood and the dark colored hardwood. I know these days we're seeing a lot of light colors, but guys, moody and dark tones are definitely making a comeback. So when I first came to the consultation, I noticed some of the light fixtures were not really playing the right role for this house, as in little cheap looking or maybe even a little too small for this space. So this foyer is over 24 feet high. We actually had to bring a scaffold in for the electricians to be able to install the light fixture. That's how tall the ceiling is. So really you have to be careful with the type of light fixture you pick. And the one that we picked, you guys have seen it in my projects before. I've done it in different rooms, but it really stands out in the foyer here because I needed something substantial in order for it to show itself properly. One, you see it from the outside, from the window. Two, you see it when you're standing in the foyer and on the main floor. And three, I'll show you later when we go upstairs, there's a nice Juliet balcony where you can clearly see the light fixture. So in all of the angles, it's really doing its part in being really extravagant and luxurious for the space.
So stepping into the formal library/office area is just off to the foyer. So it's on the main floor. You walk in, you have your beautiful double doors, which I really like because it does add privacy to the space. But one of the other features I love about this office is they did, yes, the walnut walls, but you don't feel like it's so dark because, ta-da, you have beautiful oversized windows in here, which really light up the space during the day, and at nighttime you don't feel like everything is so dark. So it definitely does break that dark feel of the room. So basically what we did here was they have wall units all around, and we accessorized it with our accessories. We did our brass desk, which is perfect tone for the wall unit. This color with walnut is in total harmony, and it has like a shattered glass on it, so it's not another solid piece. We're breaking it up with the glass. I've mentioned that to you before in my videos. And we paired it up with our wing chair in a light linen finish, which again brings in a little bit of contrast. You can go with a dark chair, but I just feel like you want to lighten up the space with all of the wood. Go with something light and neutral. So we set the mood for this house to be a little bit more contemporary, and with that, in replacing the light fixtures, I had to change the office light fixture as well. The one that was here previously did not do this room any justice. So the one that we picked really plays off with all of the walnut, with the black and the brass, which creates contrast, brings a little bit of a more modern contemporary feel to the room, not so traditional. And I just feel like it's a real wow factor. I mean, you guys probably have seen it on our Instagram page. If you haven't been on our Instagram, check it out at Style with Sanaz, and you will see a photo of this office with this light in it, and it's absolutely fantastic.
All of these homes that I get to show you guys, I mean, you guys definitely get to see the difference between all the floor plans, right? We have open concept like this one, which is fantastic. And then some of the homes we go into, each room is divided separately, and that looks fantastic too. So you guys get to get a feel for your future house, your renovation, and what you want to do. So this one over here is definitely open concept between the living room and the dining room. And we had so much space to play with. But here's the trick. What do you do with your styling? Do you go ultra modern? Do you go contemporary? Or do you go transitional? So what we did was we really mixed it up. We have mixed up all of the contemporary elements with the transitional elements and created this absolutely beautiful room, which I have gotten a lot of reviews about. What they've done in this living room is really great. They didn't do a mantled fireplace. They did a flush fireplace where it has the nice slab of marble on top, and they did some paneling along the sides just to give it some contrast, some dimension, which is really nice because instead of having drywall or just regular MDF walls, they did something with a design, and this keeps the room interesting. So since we had so many interesting features already in this room, we decided to go a little bit more neutral with the furniture. We used our peanut sofa, which I know you guys all love, and it's absolutely one of my favorite pieces as well. Peanut fit in this room perfectly because the room is big enough for something like this. So it's really taken up almost like a sofa love seat effect, taken up the whole window area. Then we did a chaise on this side in a little bit of a different fabric, but they still have the tone on tone. So you have more of the whitish beige on that side and a whitish gray on this side. And they're all brought in together with all of the brass details in our tables. We have our round coffee table, which again, I brought in a little bit of the black tones because we do have them in our light fixtures and with the throw here. So I wanted to mix in all of my colors, where are the neutrals, the gold, the brass, and a little bit of color here and there, but again, keeping it more neutral because we already have a lot of detail going on the wall. This, as a reminder, is just for staging, so it has to appeal to 9 out of 10 people walking in through the house. So you cannot do anything too dramatic and too out of the box. So this is what we've created. And guys, you'll notice another point here. I know I've been asked this quite a bit. Do your end tables need to be matching when you're styling a room? And I would say absolutely not. You can go really creative, be creative with your end tables. So here we have like a marble finish with the brass, and here it's a solid brass top. But then over there you have a white kind of geometric kind of style going with the black and a little bit of that marble finish. So all of these three together, what you have to be careful and mindful of is to create harmony. So as long as the finishes are the same, the tops can be different, or the tops are the same, and you mix in your metals here and there, that's perfectly fine. We actually have one more here, which is also in a hexagon shape, but in the marble top finish, which accents to the one on the right of the chaise. So again, you can go different, you can do all different things, but at least there should be some harmony with either the finishes or the coloring, or maybe two of them are the same and one is different. So have fun with it. You could do whatever you want. So here we are with our barrel back chairs. These ones are the ones in black. And I did the black here because again, I do have some black elements going around the house with the light fixtures and the accessories. So I thought, what a nice contrast to have with the white walls and the black chairs, and then do a glass top table. So I'm gonna say something here because this room is definitely big enough to do a wood top table. But again, for staging purposes, I wanted to keep things a little bit more neutral, a little bit more contemporary. So we decided to do the glass top with the brass base. This is an 8-seater. We did our 8x10 rug, which again has all of the colors I've used throughout the house with the black specs and the lighter background. And I want to show you something else that's really cool here is this wine cellar is really in a nice spot because it's between the dining room and the living room. So this is like the entertaining area, and you have a glass door here with some integrated lights. Again, they've carried through all of the walnut inside, which is nice because it complements the rest of the area and brings everything together. This walnut has been used in the living room, office, family room you're gonna see next. It just kind of pulls all of the rooms together. So I definitely think this is a smart idea if you're a drinker, and it adds value to the house too. The other thing I wanted to point out is this light fixture here. This has become a piece in this house because it's really like a work of art. Very cool, not your traditional light fixture for a dining room, but it definitely hits the spot here because it has that cool contemporary look. It's very interesting. It can become a conversation piece. And guys, don't be afraid to do conversation pieces in your house because those are the pieces that really set the mood for the rest of the house. You can have everything very neutral, but then you have a piece like this where it's like, oh, that's super cool. And all of a sudden your house is transformed into the cool house. So light fixture is definitely a must, and you must be considerate of what you're using. Again, we have really high ceilings here, so this one fit perfectly. I'm actually doing something like this for a client in brass, and it's in his kitchen. So I can't wait to show you the video for that one, but I think this one turned out really nice. And here we are, the family room slash kitchen area. This space is so nice. I actually don't even want to leave here. I mean, everything feels so nice and cozy. Such a big space that we decided to do our sectional in here. And we still have a little bit of room, but you know, without cluttering up the space, we've created a nice, warm, welcoming space for people. And what I've noticed is the pillows have been moved around, and this is something that always lets me know that people like the space and they like to sit here and relax for a while. They've continued all of the walnut finishes from the front of the house into the back side of the house. So yes, we are dealing with more of a contemporary setting. We did our light gray sectional here, which kind of flows together with your living room area. I actually split up my sectional here, and I like to do this sometimes when I'm dealing with big spaces because you don't always want to see so much fabric as a one piece. If you do a modular sectional like I've asked you guys to do before because it's such a great piece, then you can actually fit in your own accent tables in between to break it up a little. So when you walk into the room, you're not just seeing one single piece kind of wrapped around the room, you're seeing different information. So it's like different materials mixed in with the sectional, with the fabric, and you can do it in different colors, in different finishes, and I think it works out really nicely, and we put some accessories on it as well. Then we finished it off with our coffee table, and we did it in the brass, and the brass has been used pretty much throughout the whole house. And we put an accent chair here in the corner with our cement end table, and again, a brass light fixture right beside it to bring in all of the brass that's been used in the house. So I'm going to teach you guys something. When you're styling a house and you have something like this as your fireplace, well, it's not so pretty to have wires sticking out. Make sure you have 2-ply tape. This definitely should be in your toolbox because sometimes you're gonna come across projects like this where you cannot put a nail in the wall. Obviously, we're not gonna put a nail in the stone. So we had the 2-sided tape, and we kind of use a lighter piece, which is canvas, no frames, because frames definitely make it a little bit heavier and it might not hold up. So then you just attach it to the stone and it really completes the space. And in doing that as well, we have the accessories that we use throughout the house. So here again, the same finishes. We have some wood elements, which I wanted to bring in because there's a lot of wood around the house. We have some black, white, some brass, and a little bit of white to mute things out. We've talked about this before. We actually did a video on styling your shelves, and you guys should definitely check out that video because it'll go through all of the different steps and how to create a nice contrast in your living space. So here are some familiar chairs you've seen before. We decided to do our beautiful barrel chairs with the brass finish, and I love to do these chairs in dining rooms, but because this kitchen area was a little bit larger than your average kitchen, we decided to use them here without cluttering up the space. So you need to be sure that you're not taking up walking space for people. You want to have a flow for them to walk around. So we decided to do 6 of these chairs around a rectangle glass table, which is perfect because again, it keeps your eye moving. It doesn't stop you with a solid wood piece. This is again for styling purposes, for staging. And then we matched it up with this wheat arrangement, again, bringing in some of the gold tones, the warm tones. And it's really important to do that because if you do everything in a gray, everything is white and gray, then you don't have any contrast. You're not creating warmth. And to create warmth is with pieces like this. So that one was a nice one. As well, we did our brass bar stools. I know you guys have never seen these ones before. They're my special pieces that I can use in certain spaces. And this one seemed perfect for here because I also replaced the light fixture over the eyelid. And this finish is the perfect match of what we did here. So this is more of like a spiked effect. And this type of light fixture can go either ultra modern Or like this, it can become transitional. And how did it become transitional? Just have a look at the glass. It has like a rippled effect, almost like a diamond effect inside, which gives it a little bit more of a traditional setting. And with the design of the light itself, it totally makes it more transitional. So I felt like this was a perfect fit for here because the kitchen is, everything is white. I mean, you don't really see a lot of contrast in here. So this light fixture, one, was the perfect size for the island, and two, it brought in life into the kitchen. So now you look at the kitchen and think, oh wow, this is really nice, instead of, this is a little bit white and boring. As you can see right behind me, there's the beautiful light fixture we were discussing downstairs. Do you see the powerful effect that it has in a space? It's magnificent. I love that light. Stepping into the primary bedroom. Again, this house is oversized, so obviously you're gonna have a larger bedroom to go with it, right? We had to do a nice sitting area. Obviously we have our king bed, 2 nightstands, but I had to do a sitting area here. So instead of doing 2 little chairs, we decided to do our modular chaise. And I've used this before in different projects, and I can separate them, have them as 2 separate chaises. But here we brought them together to create a nice sofa for our sitting area. So one of the cool things we did here was the homeowner asked me to do some upgrades for them, obviously light fixtures being one of them. But the other thing that we did was we added some wallpaper, and I want you guys to see this texture because, as you can imagine, the whole room was very light color and kind of dull. So we decided to bring in a little bit of contrast with this beautiful wallpaper. And I mean, over paint, if you have to choose between wallpaper and paint, yes, paint is quicker and cheaper, but wallpaper just gives the room so much definition because of the texture it has. Paint can never ever live up to wallpaper. If you have the chance of doing wallpaper, go for wallpaper, because if this was just a straight paint color, it would not be as so beautiful as it is right now. So definitely a go on the wallpaper. And the other beautiful thing about this room is the beautiful brass light fixture that we have here. Now I didn't do too much brass here. I actually did the opposite. We went with more of like a chrome finish because they had chrome hardware as well. So this piece really stands out. And as you can see, it works perfectly fine. You are welcome to mix your metals anytime that you want. I feel like all of this paneling in this house made me think to do something different in the powder room, and I want you guys to have a look at this. So we picked one of my most favorite wallpaper for this powder room, and guys, it actually turned out absolutely fantastic. This wallpaper has all the colors you're gonna need. You have black, you have white, you have gold. I recently did this one for a client of mine in her foyer grand entrance with a beautiful sideboard. I'll show you guys pictures of that later. But in this powder room, I just feel like it brought in so much life. So we do have a lot of the gray tones. You do feel like it has a gray tone to it, but when you walk in, you actually feel the warmth because of all the gold tones and the white tones kind of going through, which is perfect because this vanity against a white wall does not do this room any justice. There's no wow factor, and we had to create wow factor. So I did that with the wallpaper and the brass light fixtures that we did here. This fixture has like a fluted effect on it, which again takes it a little bit away from the more modern look and makes it a little bit more transitional. We accessorize with a flower arrangement, an artwork that again has all the tones of the wallpaper in it. And yeah, so this is our beautiful powder room, upgraded to stand up to a $4 million house, right? Now you can say this is more custom than just having white drywall and paint and calling it a day.
I want to take a second and send some love to all the viewers out there. I really appreciate all of your support in the past year and a half that we've been making all these videos for you guys. But I have to say, I'm truly blessed to have such opportunity to walk into such beautiful properties and show you everything that's trending these days. So thank you for joining us. I really do, from the bottom of my heart, thank you for that. And hope you guys enjoyed our video. There's so many more reviews to come because we have so many beautiful projects in the works as we speak. So make sure you like, comment, and subscribe to our channel because we do have a lot more content coming your way. And if you're ever interested in any of our pieces or looking for similar pieces, make sure you check us out on the Like to Know It app at Style with Sanaz. And we're also on Instagram, like I mentioned in the beginning of the video, at Style with Sanaz. And we'll catch you next week.